Now for the featured story of the day. Here is the latest from the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. In response to the tweet he made December 3rd, I have one word for you: 100,000 Bitcoin God Candle fans, Qatar. The rumors are getting very loud on this. Well, he updated us and he wrote, loving the price action. Wouldn't be surprised if the big news hits the tape next week. So let me share my screen with you. He wrote that here. I think that was yesterday. Yeah, January 19th at 12:49 p.m. So that's his latest update. And then he reiterates it here in another tweet. These two guys are loving the Bitcoin sale going on right now. You're damn right. Wouldn't be surprised if major news hits the tape next week. So will the major news hit the tape next week? He also tweeted this one yesterday at around 12:47 p.m. You can see January 19th got roughly 250,000 views. And this was off the back of the post he made on December 29th, where he wrote, these two are teaming up to make Larry Fink, aka BlackRock, and Michael Saylor look like peanuts, with the buy order of 1 million Bitcoin and a $100,000 God Candle. Send it. Now, if anyone knows the man on the right, let me know. But apparently they used to be enemies, but now they're allies, and they're looking to make some major moves in the Bitcoin space, according to Max Keiser. Now, the guy on the left, I believe, is the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Fam, correct me if I'm wrong, Mohammed, or anyone in the chat, but I believe that's who it is. Now let's see the thread. He wrote some other things. You don't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. Excellent quote, by the way. Jamie Dimon in cuffs. Yes, please. I think we'd all agree. So someone wrote here, the guy on the right is on house arrest by the guy on the left. And Max wrote, exactly. So interesting, but he didn't drop the name. So I don't even know still who precisely that guy is, but I figure one of you guys must know. But let's get back to this here. So back on December 3rd, he made this thread, which caught a lot of buzz and sparked a lot of controversy. You could even see Mr. Bukele meeting up with the head of Qatar, the emir or the president, the prince, whatever you want to call him. So clearly discussing something, and he even shared an update on December 6th, Max. To add clarity, here's what my source said. Bitcoin makes our $1/2 trillion sovereign wealth fund effectively worthless. We should just convert it all into Bitcoin. Now, that would be a boss move to the 1,000th power, if you're to ask me, because $500 billion, I mean, considering the Bitcoin market cap right now is only, what, 800 billion? It would virtually double it overnight if they were able to do that. So, I mean, you never know at the end of the day. So he also wrote the God Candle is a 100,000 uptick in Bitcoin, and that it's in play, and that it will shift the global access to wealth and power in a single tick. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Qatar potentially converting their sovereign wealth fund into Bitcoin? Let me know. And also, there's a headline here, brand new article just published yesterday, January 19th. Don't worry about the Bitcoin price dip. Analyst Max Keiser still predicts 220,000 target incoming. But before we dive deeper into that article, here's some other tweets he recently shared. The GBTC, Bitcoin rotation dance, will soon hit equilibrium, and new all-time highs will quickly follow. The net inflow into Bitcoin is rising. The rotation at a GBTC is masking a net increase in demand. An inflection point is imminent, $220,000 in play. Now, if you'd like to see a 220,000 price action, write 220K in that live chat, family. And shout out to Bukele, whatever that instrument is. I don't know if that's a ukulele, a guitar, but he is the man. Much respect for Bukele and the beautiful people of El Salvador. I truly pray he wins the presidential election this year and gets reelected as the most incredible president their country has ever had. Now, he also wrote here, Max Keiser, I like ARC B. Kathy Wood is the Michael Saylor of fund managers. She does her homework. He also says, full disclosure, I put $100,000 of my petty cash, aka monopoly fiat currency, into ARC B yesterday. So Max is a fan of Kathy Wood and giving her a lot of clout here, saying she is the Michael Saylor of fund managers, and he has now an investment in her ETF, which is pretty cool. This was off the back of Eric Balchunas posting this. This is interesting. The newborn 9 actually saw a 34% jump in volume today versus yesterday. Normally, with a hyped up launch, you see volume steadily decrease each day post launch. Rare to see it reverse back up. All but one saw a jump too, but GBTC change flat was a volatility thing. Good sign, in my opinion, according to the top ETF analyst, Eric Balchunas. So there you have it, family. He also wrote here, this is a quote I actually shared on my timeline quoting Max. Money existed before the state. Bitcoin separates money from the state. Bitcoin will kill the state. And you have the high priest baptizing the one and only Alex Jones. Shout out to Alex. I am a fan. But anyways, here's some more insights from this article. In a recent post, Max, the well-known Bitcoin advocate and advisor to El Salvador's president Bukele, made a resounding call to the global crypto community regarding Bitcoin's recent developments, particularly the approval of the spot ETF. He also says the spot Bitcoin ETF is a gateway drug to self-custody. I like that quote. Keiser also shared his insights on the factors influencing Bitcoin's surge to new and subsequent price fluctuations. Before the SEC gave its nod to the spot Bitcoin ETF, Max discerned a game-changing moment. Wall Street witnessed a unique twist as brokers and major banks imposed restrictions on customers eyeing spot Bitcoin ETFs. Keiser believes this became a catalyst, propelling Bitcoin to scale to new peaks. The subsequent SEC approval then played its part, pushing Bitcoin just beyond the $49,000 mark. And quoting Max here from a tweet January 18th, more than half of Wall Street brokers and banks are blocking purchases of any Bitcoin ETFs. This has pushed new and all-time highs for Bitcoin back a couple of weeks. As predicted, incumbents are not going peacefully into that good night. Damn the tuxedos, full speed ahead. So he's ultimately encouraging the Bitcoin community. The transition to this new era might be a bit challenging for the big banks, but Keiser, the crypto expert, urges enthusiasts to ride the wave with optimism. Now let's discuss Van Eck's optimism. Despite the decrease in Bitcoin price, other major Bitcoiners, including Samson Mow and Gaber Gerbax from Van Eck, have been talking about the positive long-term impact of the spot ETF approval on BTC. Gerbax points out the financial giants like BlackRock, Fidelity have a Bitcoin stash 25 times larger than El Salvador's treasury. And what's ironic, it only took BlackRock a single week from launching the ETF to acquire 25,000 Bitcoin. And as I shared on yesterday's pod, Fidelity right behind them, already $1 billion in assets under management, roughly 25,000 BTC. And with Bitcoin Tether and MicroStrategy holding a combined $8 billion in Bitcoin, institutional investors wield substantial influence for the crypto arena. And despite the recent 16% downturn since the peak triggered, or the spot peak by the ETF approval, Keiser remains steadfast in his prediction. Currently, with Bitcoin trading above 41,000, he says 220,000 is the ultimate destination, a staggering 220K. The roller coaster ride continues, and the crypto world eagerly awaits Keiser's bullish predictions. So there you have it, family. What are your thoughts? Do you think we're going to see a God candle sooner than later? Do you think the Saudis or the kingdom of Saudi Arabia right now, or Qatar, their sovereign wealth fund, are buying this dip, taking advantage of Bitcoin? Will they be announcing it anytime soon? Honestly, fam, let me know your thoughts. Do you think they will make Larry Fink and Michael Saylor look like peanuts? Do you think they'll pull out a 1 million Bitcoin buy order and send a $100,000 God candle and a single uptick on the daily chart? Holla at your boy.